Everybody, our project is called SDN 101. My name is Paul Corlatan.
Dakkak.
Our advisor was Satir Narayanan. Our client was Glenn Lally from Ericsson Inc. So first, we'd like to explain exactly what SDN is, since it's the main focus of our project. SDN is short for software-defined networking. It's a relatively new technology, and the idea is spreading in the networking field because currently Cisco systems dominates the field. They have lots of products and services that they offer that cost a lot of money for licensing for the hardware. So that technology is closed source, meaning you have to pay for it and they own it. And software-defined networking moves everything to the open source, which means it's free for anyone to use. Anyone can go along and buy just a cheap switch or router off the shelf and use the free software-defined networking programs and services.
Our client Ericsson is one of the companies that are working and researching software-defined networking, and they need training materials to be used by thousands of their employees on a lot of subjects, and software-defined networking is one of them. The problem they're having is that the training materials are not specifically designed for Ericsson, and it's not to their standards and their unique efforts in the software-defined networking field.
So our solution was to come up with a training course and materials that go along with it that were up to Ericsson standards. They have a lot of tools that they use and a lot of templates that we need to keep using. And so it had to be professional, high quality, look good, and of course be effective. And then finally had to keep up with the technology, because in the networking field and technology in general, it changes very quickly. So that was a big deal to them to keep it up to date.
After a long research about this new technology and the new subject of software-defined networking, we came up with the necessary materials and topics that would be used throughout the training. Then we came up with a simple first course that was given to our client, and we got feedbacks on multiple drafts. Along the way, we were given the same course to our technical and non-technical peers, and we used all the feedback from other parties to tweak this course and produce a final product. After that, we produced a training lab that would help people learn about software-defined networking and how to set up a software-defined networking lab.
So we used a lot of tools and things along the way, and we started by using PowerPoint to, what's that? Oh, got it. So we came into this project not really knowing how to approach the whole thing, never having developed the training lab, and so the tools we used included PowerPoint, as mentioned, and we first started by going through their e-learning system right now as it is, called My Learning, and seeing how they were organized and the templates they used, and to get an idea of what to do, what not to do, what worked well, what didn't work well. And we put together the final product using articulate software, which is for course making, for quiz making, and it keeps things professional and consistent. And then finally, along the way, we would use a program called VirtualBox, which is a free open source program for virtual machines, which allowed us to focus on, instead of the hardware and getting all the products that we needed to use, we did everything on the computer with virtual machines instead.
The past two semesters have been an incredible learning experience. During the course of the project, we learned a huge amount about software-defined networking, and as well as the relationship and migration from traditional networks into a software-defined network. We also knew going in that it's going to be a hard work and hard process to learn and develop training materials, and of course we need to comply with Ericsson standards and keep up with their, to keep their image consistent with what we've been working with.
All right, thank you for your interest. If you'd like to learn more, come visit us, room 164.